Welcome to the Flag Report podcast. This is going to be a tournament recap, New Year's Eve Bowl, Flag Football Life. Tournament just went off. We're going to recap it, starting with the High School Girls Platinum. You already know who it is. It's going to be THT taking the championship in this one. Long Island Venom, that's who they played in the championship game. Long Island Venom actually came out with the number 1 seed. Looks like they had fantastic defense. We're looking at some of the stats here. 47 points scored, 0 allowed. They got it done. That's all that matters. Had a great run into the playoffs. Unfortunately, they ran into the buzzsaw THT in the high school platinum division. THT had a close game with Lady Verified. Saw some clips of that. Lady Verified played tough as always. They have Kiki back on their roster. Close game for THT against Lady Verified. Close game against NWO, but all that matters is at the end of the day, they took it home, as has been the case lately. I mean, I don't know, what much else that can be said except their high school team is dominant right now. They have a ton of talent all over the place. Emily, Rotundi. Sometimes they got Kara Stanovic there. Sometimes they got Ava King. Sometimes they got some of those other players that are going on there. New player alert. They have Charlotte Soto, formerly from SIG, on their roster for this weekend. That was a shocker, but I'm sure she helped secure that championship for them. She's a tough player, ton of heart, good defensive player, good offensive player. So that was the girls' high school championship for the Platinum division. And we're going to move on to the 14U. So 14U Platinum Championship, the Golden Company, that's Mila's team from any FFL. I believe they just changed their team name to the Golden Company. And they were unbelievable, as always. I mean, Mila's a killer. What else can you say about her? Mila, Kaylee, they have a young lady on their team. I believe her name is Maribel Khan. Hopefully I'm getting that right, but they have some unbelievable talent on their team. They're always tough to beat in that 14U division. But they had the number 3 seed, and Pink Dynamite came out with the number 1 seed. I mean, Pink Dynamite's doing, what they normally do. Pink Dynamite's dominating in that 14 division, 61 points scored, 0 allowed. Crazy defense, crazy offense. They were getting it done. THT Blue, I mean, we haven't seen them in the 14 division in a little bit, but they came out swinging. They came out strong. They were, firing on all cylinders. So they look like they're back. They look like they're ready to compete. They had a tough loss to the Golden Company in the playoffs. I mean, they were dominant in pool play as well. Rounding out the top 4, you got BHC in there as well. They went 1-1. So really, there was a lot of good competition in the 14 division for New Year's Eve Bowl. That was a tough tournament, especially if you had to play Golden Company or you had to play Pink Dynamite. Pink Dynamite's, they're killing it as always. HT was number 1 after pool play, 32 points scored, 0 allowed. That seems to be a theme, with a lot of these top teams, is their defense is unbelievable. That really is what separates the good teams from the bad teams. I keep looking over here at our stats. 32 points scored, 0 allowed for THT. Unbelievable. Then, THT, unfortunately, they ran into Pink Dynamite this time. I know in that 12U division, they're tough. That's Demi's team. Coach Kevin and all them, they always have their girls ready to go. But every once in a while, it's got to be somebody else's day. And it looked like this tournament, this day was just Pink Dynamite's day. Playoffs, 27 points, 13 for THT, 27 for Pink Dynamite. Long Island Venom. Once again, I mean, 2 championship appearances for Long Island Venom. High school girls, platinum. 12U girls, platinum. That is an organization that seems to be trending in the right direction. They're doing the right thing. I just recently had a call with Coach Matt over at Long Island Venom. He's doing all the right things, building things the right way, and you can see the growth in that. The 10U girls division is really where I shouldn't have been surprised, but I was surprised. I didn't have the LMYA Cheetahs that high on my leaderboard, on my rankings, but I probably should have, because the Cheetahs are here to play. They're here to stay. Every time they play, seems like they win a championship every time they're out there. I mean, they're unbelievable. They were number 1 in pool play, 49 points scored, 0 points allowed. Long Island Venom again, 2-0, 44 points scored, 12 allowed. Long Island Venom for a 3rd division was one of the top 2 or 3 teams. HT always right in the mix with the 10U girls as well. But the cheetahs were, the cheetahs were unbelievable in this tournament. They killed it, and they basically ran through the playoffs. I mean, 27 against JTF, 34-7 win against Long Island Venom. I commented on one of their posts, and I said, "Hey, I got to shout you guys out. Dominant performance, start to finish. I think they only allowed 7 points all tournament, which is unreal. So for the 10U girls, right now, I mean, I haven't seen a team that's much more dominant than the Cheetahs' performance this past tournament. They're definitely going to be high on the list, and going forward, they're a team to watch out for. Going on to the 8U girls, I mean, THT has been, again. I mean, I know I keep talking about them, but they have an organization that competes at all levels, and their 8U girls is no different. They came out swinging, number one seed, 15-0 win against She Different in the semifinals, 24-6 win in the championship against BHC. Again, like we keep talking about the same organizations, right? Long Island Venom, number 2 seed in 8U girls. BHC, number 3 seed in 8U girls. I mean, there's a reason why these programs continue to succeed at different levels. They're doing a great job of developing their talent. They're doing a great job of putting the right players in the right positions. Shout out to the coaches of those organizations. But in the 8U girls, it looks like THT is the dominant team right now. They're really, clicking on all cylinders after this tournament. Looking at the boys' side, the boys don't get enough love from us over here at the Flag Report. They probably should. We're going to get more into boys' side of things, more into boys' teams. I'm really starting to understand what boys' teams are the top teams, what boys' teams are kind of second and third. G Youth, 14U boys, they had a real close championship game against the Heat, BFFA Heat. G Youth was number one seed, 2-0, 39 points scored, 12 points allowed. The boys, 14U, I feel like it's always hard to have zero allowed. The boys are so athletic, so big, so talented, can run every single play, can throw the length of the field. So to only allow 12, that's a fantastic feat. LBFFA Heat, number 2 seed. That's who was in the championship game, the number 1 and the number 2 seed. And G Youth came out with it. I mean, we've seen them win a couple of championships. I'm just starting to get into the boys a little more and kind of seeing what they're doing, but it looks like G Youth is one of those top teams that everybody should be talking about. Now, boys 12U, when we're looking at the 12U here, there was 2 We Different teams, a team called Diamond Mine. I mean, We Different, we know at those, especially at those younger age groups. I'm even not really even familiar too much with the boys side of things yet, but everybody knows that We Different is a fantastic organization. They run several different divisions, and have top teams in a lot of the younger divisions, especially the 8U, the 9U, the 10U. But even their 12U, 2-0, 56 points scored, only 6 allowed. That's a fantastic job. Took the finals against their We Different Mafia. The We Different 11U took the finals 27-6. We Different Mafia shut down Diamond Mine. It was 22-18. We Different Mafia in the semifinals. I mean, they did a great job in that tournament. Now, a boys team I am familiar with, a boys team that I know is a good team. They've played in some of the Island Elite tournaments that we host. Too Smooth. They won over the summer when they were in the Heatwave tournament. They won both divisions at the younger age group. New Year's Eve Bowl, number 1 seed in the boys do 52 points scored, 24 points allowed. They ran through the playoff bracket here. 19 points, 0 allowed to the Jersey Shore Jokers. Defeated We Different Mafia 33-7 in the championship game of the boys 10U. I mean, they were dominant start to finish, and Too Smooth is one of those teams that, I don't know a lot of the boys' teams. I'm starting to get kind of a little bit more in depth with them, but they are a team that I know is a killer. They got a lot of talent. Coach is a super cool guy. Definitely be on the lookout, for that team to continue to dominate. And finally, we're coming to the boys 8U division. Boys 8U division, I mean, the Avengers, we know, is a good team. We Different is a great team. Number 1 and number 2 seed, We Different was the number 1 seed, 2-0, 33 points scored, 0 allowed. They dominated in the first round of pool play, 27-0. Unfortunately, they ran into the Avengers. Avengers took the championship 13-0. Unbelievable job by the Avengers. They're killing it. We Different is a tough team in that 8U boys, 9U boys division. So for the Avengers to come in there, and prove that they belong and prove that, they're one of those top 2 teams. I mean, that's a great job by that program. So that's kind of the recap. Some of the things that to me, Long Island Venom taking the number 1 seed or number 2 seed in multiple divisions, multiple championships. That's a great job for Long Island Venom. THG, as always, I mean, they're dominant in multiple divisions. That's just what they do. 14U girls, any team that Mila's on has got a chance to win. I mean, Pink Dynamite is fantastic in the 12 and the 14, but when Mila from any FFL, now Golden Company, is out there, I mean, she's tough to play against. So I'll always give them a chance. Pink Dynamite, again, in the 12U division, is unbelievable. Everybody knows about them. The standout team for me, though, I got to say, the standout team for me from this tournament, the Cheetahs in the 10U girls division, they really surprised me. Probably shouldn't be surprised. Probably should have known about them already, but they're on the radar now. Dominant in the pool play, dominant in the playoffs. Unbelievable job by those coaches and those kids. So that is your flag report for the New Year's Eve Bowl, Flag Football Life. Keep it tuned right here if you want to get all the recaps, the scores. We're going to be interviewing some players that were there. We're going to be talking more flag football, so stay tuned.